Hey, what is up, everybody? This is another Things That I Learned at Jazz School episode. As you can see, I'm back in my studio, so I'm back teaching. Oh, look at those beautiful, beautiful things over there. It's great to be back teaching in person. And yeah, please do let me know in the comments. I'm a little bit self-conscious about these videos of just me, my big head talking to you, preaching to you about experiences I've had or things, little learnings that I've had, things that people have said to me or that I've noticed or that I've experienced over the years, over the decades of, of playing. And just thought of one today during my last lesson with my last student of the day. And for some reason I just got thinking about how important it is to play with people. Preferably, some kind of band setup. So I go back to my first year at jazz school, and I started at jazz school, and I realized pretty quick that I guess you could say, if you were mean, you could say I was out of my depth. I was struggling to keep my head above water, and it was a tough time. Which a lot of people are going to get that at an intense full immersion music course. So what I did is, instead of accepting all the gigs on offer, and I was constantly getting told, hey, can you do this show? Sometimes even from my drum teacher, go do this show. Can you play for the guitar ensemble? Can you go play drums for the choir? All these extra things on top of my papers, which I was struggling to even do the basics, do my own papers. So I was turning all that stuff away. I wasn't even barely gigging it in the first year, because I wanted to really knuckle down and practice and get this stuff going, and feel like I'm actually on top of things. And one time, and I was practicing a lot, so I would typically arrive around about when the doors open at about 8 a.m. and leave at 11 p.m. So what's that? That's a 12. It's about a 15-hour day. 6 or sometimes 7 days a week, depending on when I could get into the rooms and stuff. So I'm really going for it, practicing a lot. And at one point, my drum teacher pulled me aside. He sat down and he said, hey, I really respect the work you're putting in. I really, I'm not critiquing you on that. I've noticed, you're working really hard. You're putting in the time, you're putting in the hours. But you need to play with human beings. And I sort of thought, huh. And I've thought about that as another little conversation or sentence that I've thought about a lot since then. You need to play with other human beings. So there's just certain things that you're not going to get in a practice room. There's a lot of things you will get in a practice room, no doubt about that. You need to put in those hours. There's a lot of things you won't get as well. This is getting really shaky cam, isn't it? And one thing, I see it now with students, and I tend to repeat some of this advice. I'll see a student struggling with stuff, or not understanding why they're not getting ahead, or why they're not improving perhaps at a rate that they want to or they should be. And it's one thing that it's constantly, I'll tell people is you need to play with people. So I do, repeat that advice to people, that if you want to get to a certain level, if you want to be useful in a band, you don't get that in a practice room. That's practical, on the job experience. You can't recreate a gig situation, or what's useful on a gig situation, the headroom required at a gig, in a practice room. It just doesn't happen. So yeah, I'll keep this one short and sweet because I've gone way off on tangents on some of these videos. But yeah, that's my what I learned at jazz school. I think this is what I learned at jazz school number 6. There is a playlist for all these. But yeah, just as I think of them, I'll let you know. They were impactful for me. Who knows? Maybe they'll help someone out there. And as always, I welcome your comments and what you think of these short videos. Have a great day. Ciao.